Hey guys, welcome back to Melissa's Cricket Creation. Yeah, I've been gone for like a week, guys. I know, but I've been a little under the weather. Oh, I still got the tag on here. I've been a little under the weather, so I haven't really been going live because my voice didn't sound good, and so I did a class and I was coughing, and I was like, mm. So yeah, so I know you see the title, and what we're gonna be talking about today is this viral TikTok video where this lady gets a cocoa melon cake, and she's not happy with it at all. Okay, and so she records it, and we're gonna look at the cake. We're gonna see what the baker has to say, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts on it and my commentary about how to handle customers like this, and things that I do. I won't say prevent because I don't think you can prevent these type of things, but just say some things that I do. Okay. Before we get started, definitely want to let you know about a journal that I have out. The journal has 10 crafting activities with treat wrappers that gives you the template and the measurements so that you can get started on your crafting journal and how you want to make money in the crafting industry. Okay. So good morning. How you doing? So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this cake or whatever. Share my screen. Switch it. And tell me what you guys think about this. So let me share my screen. All right. So we're gonna go to TikTok and let's watch it. I think it's this one.
It's not that ugly. Man. Man, it's gonna be okay, okay? That's fucking bad! Oh my god! It's not that.
Okay. So I guess you know how it is. It's your baby's first birthday party, and you have in your mind exactly what you want. So you send it to the baker, or you ask her, can you do this cake? And they say yes, and then you get the cake, and you're not excited with it. That's what I was thinking. It looks perfectly fine. I mean, we're looking at it from the side.
Man, it's gonna be okay, okay?
We're looking at it from the side, but honestly, I don't even see anything wrong with it. It looks perfectly fine to me. But she was upset with the cake, okay? And so let's see if I don't see anything wrong with it either. So her original TikTok got deleted, and I didn't get a chance to record it. It got deleted. In the original TikTok, she was saying that it was melting and that it wasn't what she asked for. What I'm gonna say is when somebody sends me, okay, I don't do cakes, but like as far as like chip bags or like a t-shirt design or something like that, when somebody sends me a t-shirt design, the first thing I tell the customer is I do not exactly duplicate anybody else's design. I can give you something similar. Now I don't know how, like if you were, do y'all do I guess that's a question. Can you do a mock-up for a cake? I guess I guess you could, right? It's 2021. I'm pretty sure there's a program out there because I'm like, with me, I can go in Design Space, I can go to Canva, I can give them a mock-up and make them approve it so they can't come back with this foolishness. But I wonder what cake bakers do. So let's look at what the baker said.
Oh my god!
Okay, because the baker is over it, okay? And I feel like a lot of times, we go with the cheapest person, right? And so you have a $2,000 cake dream with $150 budget, And I'm not saying the cake wasn't nice and anything was wrong with it, but she probably had these very, very high expectations that she wasn't willing to pay for. And so then she looked through somebody else's work and thought, okay, she's only going to charge this. These look okay. And she got it. Again, I don't see anything wrong with it, but she got it. Now she upset. But it's like, if you saw her, I know you saw her previous work, and it can't be that much different because I don't see anything wrong with the cake. But let's see what the baker has to say. All right, let's start here. So she has liar.
It's not that ugly. Man.
So my name is Daniel, and I want to address this video you guys just saw. I made that cake, the COCOMELON cake. So let's get into it. The first lie that I seen in the comments is that she said she paid $250. That was like she paid $190 with delivery. Second lie is she said that it was an ice cream cake. That was not ice cream cake. She asked for chocolate. Third lie, she said she did not like the cake when I gave it to her. She told me she didn't like it, but she proceeded to get in the car and yet still record to go viral on a social media platform. Fourth lie was she said she asked for a deposit back, which that's a lie as well. So, story. I drove from McDonough to Forest Park with the cake, 35-minute drive roughly with traffic on 75. No problem. We get there. She looks at the cake. She said it's perfect. I said, okay, I recommend you put it on the floorboard and have the AC on high. Oh, it's an outside party. I'm like, why didn't you tell me how to recommend it funded? Because
again, I'm not a baker, but if you're a baker, do you ask the customer up front what type of party it is before you do it? I know when I used to do like costume rentals, I used to always ask how old the kid was, because from my experience, like 1-year-old hated those costumes. Like they would cry when they see it. And they would always say, well, my baby loves Minnie Mouse. Your baby loves Minnie Mouse on the TV. She gonna love Minnie Mouse up front. So I used to always advise people like, oh, your daughter's not gonna like it, so that they'd be aware. So, I mean, I don't know if bakers do that, but maybe that's something that you can ask going forward. Like, hey, what kind of event is it to kind of prevent this type of people?
Buttercream and heat do not mix. All right, so she gets in the car.
I didn't know buttercream and heat. I mean, I guess when you think about it, yeah, but I wouldn't think of. I wouldn't think of it.
Put it in her lap. So I recommend you put it on the floor. So then listen, clearly on the video she had it in her lap. So she had it in her lap and she drove off. 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. The same way she's hollering in that video and later she was yelling at me. I'm trying to get her to calm down, and just like tell me what exactly is wrong with the cake. And so, and she was hungry in my face as well, so I couldn't give her a solution. So I try to accommodate all my customers for the most part. I want everybody satisfied. But I have to realize I cannot clearly by you see this video. So I was like,
not to keep pausing, but that's something I learned in business too. Like I try to make all my customers happy, but one thing I learned quick is not giving money back, especially when it's not my fault. I don't give money back. I try to do things to accommodate the customer to, because giving the money back does not change that they're still upset. So I try to fix the problem, and then I might offer a discount for the next if they come back, and and try to fix the problem, because when you give back money, like they still gonna go and write their review about what you did. But if you fix the problem and try to get them to, hey, Miss Crafty, and try to get them to come back and you can win their business again and do it right. That's what I do. But yeah, you gotta learn early on that it's crazy that she even made that TikTok.
I'm gonna take the cake from her, go back to McDonald's, fix the cake, and bring it to where she was at. Even though it was late, she had a cake. But I was trying to help her out, even though she was handling the cake. Even though in my policy states, once it's in your hand, I'm no longer responsible. So the fact that she lied on me, that's what blew me. And I have the proof. Like I said, Life of Part 2, I have screenshots, all that, the messages that clearly show that she's lying. Her friends and family that was not there, they were there lying for her. I have screenshots and I will show those as well. But yeah, and also another thing, I wrapped the cake in saran wrap. She opened the cake up just to sit there and yell and cry over it. But Life of Part 2, and I will post them.
It's not that ugly.
So yeah, that's crazy. So she posted it here what the cake looked like before she delivered it. Let me see if it's on her page. Everybody wants to be famous, so you gotta be careful with these customers.
It's not that ugly.
And the original video, which was deleted, she said it was an ice cream cake. Watch this. What does it say? Just chocolate. Oh, okay. Okay, make it make sense, sis. It's her. Just chocolate. This is the comment that did it for me. She said $250. Sis. Wait, one more time. Hold on. Okay, so she originally wanted one tier. It was $150. So she got a 2-tier for $175. What delivery was $190. Where do you see $250 at? Where? This is her. That's her. Once again. Then sis said she had a
So this is what the cake looked like. I don't think the cake looks bad. And then for the price of 2-tier cake, I'm from a small town, and I know this lady in Monroe would be charging over $200 for this cake. What do y'all think? So hold on, let me see. She said she knew that the cake would not hold up in the heat. That's her own fault. Yeah, I guess. Yep, that's true. I'm done dealing with customers. I set up a customer service number that goes to my fiance's number. Told him he could handle it because I will cut someone out quick. Hey, well, that was smart to get somebody else to do it. But yeah, I think that it is the customer's responsibility to know what she needs, right? I mean, I think that maybe she could have guided her, and maybe just in the future, because I just hate going through stuff like this. So I try to mitigate those things. Like my deposit is non-refundable and it's in my contract, or they should say retainer fee. But I make sure I verbally say it to every customer because I just hate them calling me and saying, hey, I need it back. I'm like, remember we discussed? Because I don't like the fights because like I don't have a customer service line. I could give it to my sister because she kind of ignorant. But for now, it's me. And so I don't like having these conversations. You know, I try to keep it. So I just go ahead. She did, though. She told her that it would not hold in the heat. But the customer did. Oh, yeah. She ended up telling her. I was saying beforehand, like maybe, ask, what type of event it is. But like I wouldn't suggest one. But no, by all means, she did tell her not to leave. And she could have just put it in the cake until it was time. Not the cake. In the refrigerator until it was time to actually cut it. I believe she wanted her money. Yeah, that's what it was. See, that's another thing about getting cheap people. Like when people are hesitant to book with you because of price, it's like I'm always hesitant to book them because I feel like they're gonna try to find a reason to get a refund. They're gonna nitpick. They're gonna not be happy even if they're happy. They're gonna try to find a reason to get a refund. She said in the first video that she recommended funding and the woman wanted buttercream. When it's high, any icing melts, especially buttercream. Okay. All right, I didn't see that. But yeah, so definitely, if you go against what the person who's been doing it for years tells you to go against, that's on you. And they always do this to small businesses. That's the thing. Like Amazon ain't delivered me a package on time in like a year now. Well, maybe 1 or 2, but they come up with their own delivery and I still use them, stuff. And then people have one bad experience with these small businesses and they just want to make a viral TikTok. She didn't want to spend that money. She didn't. And that was actually a good price. And so she showed here where she tried to change up all the.
Look at the cake. Nothing wrong with the cake. No. And this was my response here. I drove 45 minutes with a 4-tier cake dang near. It was 3-tier. I stayed when I got there. And it was an outside venue. I was going to help her, but she was hollering and belligerent toward me. Look at this. So, in the story short, you can't please everybody. But however, you can go follow me on Caked Up by Danielle LLC. And if you need a cake in Atlanta, please hit me up. I am very professional. I do give you direct directions on how to handle your cake. See my work? Isn't it pretty? Let's keep letting cake it in. Oh, look at the COCOMELON cake. That one is the best. I think that's the best one I've ever done. I got a manga. I got a frozen. And I have a princess cake. So, in Atlanta, hit me up. Or you can follow me. Bye.
Yeah, I think it was a nice cake. So then the lady responded. Let's go back. The original lady responded. Go back one more. Here you go. She responded to that. So this was her excuse. Oh, she got 3 videos. Also, first she said, here we go.
At the end of the day.
Oh, let me stop. Okay, it got music. So she says at the end of the day, the baby was happy. That's all that matters. So nothing's wrong with the cake, but I mean, it's a 1-year-old's party too. And like, why freak out? I don't know. Me, I just make the best of whatever. Like, okay, we still gotta have a party. The cake is edible. That's all I really care. I mean, I do want it to be cute, but also, does it taste good? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no use to just stress out on such small stuff. It's about celebrating. You're having a celebration for the baby. So I can't. Okay, play this one. All right, let's go. Let's go here. So she responds.
It's not that ugly.
Okay, so that's me crying in the video. That's my actual reaction. I didn't like my cake. We did not tag the baker. She came across the video on her own. She even made it.
It doesn't matter if you tag the baker, right? Like, that's her work. That's her cake. Like, it's gonna get back to her.
TikTok just to reply to us and block us after. Yeah, I didn't like my cake. It was not what I asked for. It was melting, and that was my genuine reaction. I don't have to like my cake. I paid money for it. It's not what I
Original video, which was deleted.
We didn't delete the video. TikTok deleted the video. It was not supposed to be an ice cream cake, like I said. It was supposed to be chocolate.
She said it was an ice cream cake. Watch this.
Yeah, that's what I asked for. I asked for a chocolate cake. And it was melting as if it was an ice cream cake, which is what I said on the video that got deleted.
Look at her.
Melting.
She didn't want to pay for the red velvet. She says extra for the second flavor. She's like, well, just give me chocolate. She should know she's going to be a problem.
What does it say? Just chocolate. Oh, okay. Okay, make it make sense, sis. This is her. Just chocolate. This is the comment that did it for me. She said $2.50.
That is not my Instagram. I did not say $2.50. I paid $1.90 for it to get delivered to me. It wasn't delivered to me. I still paid $1.90. And even the person at the top said that they don't even like it. They wouldn't have paid for it. I did not ask you for any fun.
Sis. Wait, one more time. Hold on. Okay, so she originally wanted one tip.
That's the cake I wanted. I wanted JJ and his friends. I got JJ and his family. I got a cake that was basically bobbling around.
It was $150, so she got a 2-tier for $175. What delivered was $190. Where do you see $250 at? Where? This is her. That's her. Once again. Then sis said she had a shitty.
That is how the cake looked before I went to pick it up. As you can see, it has a bunch of filter on it. And in the back when I got it, was already melting. When I told her it was a pool party, she rolled her eyes and said, well, have it in the fridge. Who's going to have a cake in a fridge for a pool?
I know when I have parties at venues, they don't never have my cake out. They have it in the back, and then they bring it out when it's time for the party. So that's pretty common. So I don't know why she'd have such a why she'd be so upset that she actually put the cake in the back. And you can tell she's just trying to. She's been called out now, and so she's just, of course, she's just trying to take up for herself. But she was wrong, especially because if you didn't like the cake at delivery, why didn't you go ahead and address it while she was standing there? Why did you wait till she left, make a TikTok, okay, and then try to address the situation? Like, give a person a chance. I guess maybe she felt like she couldn't correct it, but I just kind of like nothing was wrong with it if she said she loved it when she picked it up.
As a baker, you would know it's not a buttercream cake. So, yeah, it does not look like this. It did not look like this in person. It looked like how it looked on my son's pictures and the video that my boyfriend posted. That's how it looked. We have to hold this together and keep it in the fridge. It wasn't even in the party the whole time.
She said, I appreciate it.
It's not that ugly.
Well, that's all she said. Let's see what some of the comments say. You know you were wrong. Girl, you know you were wrong. It's melting because you had it right under the sunlight. Ma'am, you don't listen to the baking. That's true. She didn't listen. She told her not to put it in her lap. She was like, forget that. I'm doing what I want. You're broke. If you just, it's supposed to say, if you're broke, say that. I work at a bakery. Buttercream is mostly butter. It will melt in the sun. How you get caught 4K and still lying? Girl, you're doing the most. I love this for the baker. Hopefully, that's good. I guess, this is able to bring, if you're in Atlanta, go check her out. This is able to bring attention. She told you to put it on the ground. You didn't. She told you to keep it wrapped. You didn't. She told you it was a possibility of melting. She did. You don't have an argument, sis. You're trying to start a bit. She's trying to start a business. And it's people like you don't know what it takes of dedication and hard work. Amen. I had it under the AC. Girl, where? It's facing you in your lap. I know the cake is not getting the air it needs. It's buttercream and it's hot outside. Because you never told her the party was outside. Try again. Yeah. So what do y'all think? Let's see. I've learned in my short time with my business that if they keep changing and deciding against what they want because if the price, like the red velvet, was more than she went with, they won't be happy. Yeah, I agree with that. Like that's what I learned. Like somebody is like kind of iffy or like, oh, that's kind of a lot or da da da. I feel like I'd be afraid to do the party because I feel like they're gonna come back with some type of reason why they want a refund, which is gonna be no. Okay. But I don't like going through all that negativity, So yeah, sometimes you gotta be careful. I mean, I guess you can't just fully. I mean, you have the right to turn down who you want to turn down. But yeah, when people complain like that, sometimes they just trying to find a way to get stuff for free. And but as they said, this is gonna be good for the baker because she's in Atlanta now. All these, she had these millions of eyes on this video where people were taking up for her and said her cake looked fine. And but yeah, so I think she did a good job. I think the lady, if she had a problem with the cake, she should have said it at time of delivery. Like me, I don't like walking away from my product and then people call and tell me something because I don't know what you did when I went there looking. Okay, like I like to look at it together. Let's look. Okay, it's perfect. Like of course, and thank you, and I hand it to you because once you take delivery of it, a lot of stuff can happen to change things, and I don't feel like I should be responsible. So, but yeah. But yeah, I think I just thought it was interesting. And, I hate when that type of stuff happens. But that's why, I always encourage people to get reviews on whatever I do when they like it, because this is inevitable. Stuff like this happens. People will try to ruin you. That's why you want to have not a balance, but you want to have more good reviews than bad reviews, because some people are just naturally going to complain. So don't forget to ask, your customers when they're happy, if they don't mind going to your page and writing a review. So when stuff like this happen, you'll have proof the majority of your customers are happy and that you do what you're supposed to do to try to accommodate customers, because they will try to drag you at their own fault. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think that the cake was, pretty cool and that she was just trying to get her money back? Pretty much. That's what I think. And this is another thing that to have your contracts in place. I know sometimes we just get excited to get the money, but make sure they know it's a retainer fee. So they're not getting this deposit back, okay? It's going towards retaining you. Number 2, make sure they understand the terms and conditions of doing business with you, how long it's going to take, okay? What happens once they get the product or whatever, once it's in their care, instructions on how to care for it, what's covered and what's not covered. Like, make sure you have this type of stuff in your contract so people can't come back later and, like she did a TikTok, and then now she's just saying, I didn't want my money back. I was just upset that the cake I asked for, I got it. But, it is what it is, okay? So I am doing a 10-day challenge, and I told you guys about this email list before, right? And I have not really done a great job myself with sending out emails. And I just started a tumbling program, here locally. And so I need to do a great job because, I've been doing parties and stuff with the tumbling program, right? Combining everything. And I need to send out emails so I can stop doing ads all the time. And so if you guys want to do it with me, I'm going to start my email list. So go ahead and go over to MailChimp, or if you want to do a paid one, do a paid one. But I'm starting free. Go ahead and go over to MailChimp and sign up for your free account. And over these next 10 days, let's get 2 emails a day, okay? If you're not a part of Boss Beginnings, go ahead and join Boss Beginnings or follow me on Instagram, Melissa's Cricket Creation. And we're going to start this 10-day challenge about getting 2 emails a day to get our email list up, okay? So they bring that money in. That email list are good to remind people that you exist, okay? Well, thank you guys for tuning in with me. I have the video up this evening about how to start your email list. And so let me know. If you don't know how to sign up, I'm going through the steps on my phone on how to sign up for a MailChimp account. And we're going to get started because we're about to get this money, okay? They're acting funny at these jobs, but, we want the job to be optional. We want it to be our choice whether or not we work our actual job, okay? Until next time, guys, stay crafting.